fans here to another night at CRN with the Man Cave After Dark Xfinity Series. And the drivers over at the Ultimate Conquest Racing League. Sponsored here by Max Graphics tonight at Iowa. 0.89 mile track. Right now it's 78 degrees outside and track temp is on the lower side. So actually the weather outside is 66 degrees. Track temp is 78, excuse me. But we are getting ready for another round of racing here as the series, as the season is starting to wind down just a little bit. We'll go ahead and bring that up here really quick as their drivers are getting ready to take the field for qualifying for pickups. Schedule. Yeah, you can see right now we are on our 14th race of 20 at Iowa. Next week being Kentucky, then Richmond, Nashville, Dover, Myrtle Beach Speedway, and then off to Atlanta for the finale. So great schedule for the remaining season. I just made dinner, can you tell? UCRL team or the championship standings with JP Phillips still with a nice lead over Justin Kirby of and then Grady Dirk and Trevor Hunt's in fourth. Tommy Ryan is in fifth. Bouchard falls one more spot after last week to sixth. And Brett Kirby's in seventh. Jake Rush in eighth. Andy Reckless in ninth. And Jeff Ryan in for your top 10 as far as standings go. And then off to the team standings. I would say a little bit of battle in between the two Black Magic Motorsports teams. Black Magic Motorsports with a 62-64 mid-pack Black Magic. With a 56.94, turn and burn right on the heels though, with a 55.02 for after round effort. So good battles between the points and the teams that are out there. We do have 13 drivers out here tonight, and they are out here qualifying. We'll go ahead and pull up the tower and put their best time in, so you can see what their best time was here tonight. But right now, JP Phillips on top. Being the quick one, 23.089. So points leader showing he has speed tonight with Tommy Ryan right there as well with a 23.1. Grady Dirk with a 23.271. Andrew Ratcliffe with a 23.311. Been a little while since we've seen that number 24 dominate a race. Will tonight be one of those races? Matthew Simmons and Peter Pazuchek out there right now. Peter Pazuchek with a fast enough time for number 7. Matthew Simmons, his first lap in for a 23.417. Good enough for 8th place. Scott Bolster with a 23.466. Trevor Hunt with a 23.542, and then Tim Glaster with a 23.589. Whole field only separated by less than a half of a second. So far tonight, Trevor Hunt getting a better second run in with a 23.111. I'll be good enough for Pete, number 3, in that number 59 machine. I know I talk a lot about not liking short tracks, but I always, it's at that brink of short track. Not quite short track. I mean, it's less than a mile, but it's has some banking. So as a driver, I feel a little more comfortable getting around these, and I think I have a better feeling, and not so much for the short tracks. I think it's just more based on the flat tracks, and normally the shorter tracks are usually flat. But here tonight at Iowa, we do have a little bit of banking. It looks like the field is all done here with qualifying. And I believe we're almost out of time. Yep, well, we still have a little over a minute left till they get out there racing. But 11 cars out of the 13 with times in. It looks like the Kirby brothers are going to start from the back here tonight if they don't go and get some times in. As we still have 1 minute remaining here at Iowa with the Ultimate Conquest Racing League. Sponsored by Max Graphics. Again, if you need a new livery out there for your cars out there, look up Max Graphics, get yourself a livery, and put your favorite sponsor or cereal or whatever it may be on your car, and they'll do a great job for you. After the race, we will be Sponsored by the iRacers Lounge podcast. Once a week, they go over and talk with some of the drivers, cover some of the races, what's going on throughout iRacing. Check them out. But tonight's race will be the Hear Me Out 150. And Barry, thanks for joining us here on CRN with UCRL. Just took a gander at our numbers. We're up to 997 subscribers, and looking at people that watch. About, I mean, we got pretty good numbers, but the about 40% of everybody that watches out there are not subscribed to CRN. So get yourself an account. Make sure you're logged in. Hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost a thing. Put us over that 1,000 mark. And move and support CRN and all the leagues that we provide service to here for iRacing as we continue our journey through this crazy field of niche of sim racing. Drivers are getting ready to take the field. They are coming on the road right now. And we'll go down the starting grid. On the pole will be JP Phillips with a 23.089. And the outside row will be Tommy Ryan at number 99 machine. Number 2 will be Trevor Hunt in the number 59 and Grady Gherkin in the number 46. Row number 3 will be Matthew Simmons in the number 49. Andrew Radcliffe on the outside in the number 24. Row number 4 will be Jeff Ryan in the 67. And then on the outside will be Jeff Byers. Row number 5 will be Peter Brzucek and Scott Bolster. Get ready to stop by over at Twitch TV and look up V-Vice. Peter puts on a pretty good show over there, especially at the end of the race where they go through the judgment. It's good entertainment. And then row number 6 is going to be Tim Glass and Justin Kirby. And then I believe we have one more out there, Brent Kirby. It looks like going to be the sole driver back in row number 7 in P number 13. Let's get this race on the way here soon as the pace car is leading them around. We'll go ahead and clear this out. We'll bring up some fun stuff here. We'll go up the ticker and we'll bring out I want to see who I'm focused on, so I'll bring up some driver details. And old track map. Who doesn't like to watch the Skittles go around the track, right? Field looking good out here tonight, as always. Drivers continue to run some fantastic paint schemes throughout the season. Whether it's a throwback or somebody they work with or work for, or something that's kid-inspired. Family inspired, like Scott Bolster and the Blue Machine. Or team related, like Black Magic Motorsports back there, occupying the back of the field. I would look to see the number 57, 58 make their way to the field here tonight. No slouches. Maybe just electing to bring up the rear here tonight. I was watching practice, watch some people getting loose and spinning it around, but JP Phillips is going to get on the loud pedal as the green flag drops. We got to a nice start here, followed by Tommy Ryan, Trevor Hunt, Grady Gherkin, Matthew Simmons. Look at the battle it out. Matthew Simmons wanting to go to that inside of Trevor Hunt, thinks better of it, lays back just a little bit, falls down to the inside. Tommy Ryan taking a higher line here. Andrew Radcliffe pushing him 3 wide, going between Matthew Simmons and the 46 of Grady Gherkin. That's something you see on shorter tracks very often. 46 backs off just a little bit. Andrew Radcliffe able to push that 24 up in front of the 46 of Grady Gherkin. On the ball, Matthew Simmons around, but Grady Gherkin goes down to the inside, looking to battle back, maybe take that position back, put some pressure on that number 24. Falls back just a little bit, lets them go through. You can see Tommy Ryan falling back here just a little bit. Now back to Pete, number 5, running the high line. We've seen Tommy Ryan traditionally, if he's got a good start, he'll We'll see him kind of, if it's a track that he knows he needs to conserve his tires, he starts from the rip. That 99 machine looking to get back out there. He's got a lot of work to do if he plans on catching a JP Phillips there for the points lead here as we're closing down the season here. JP Phillips out to a nice lead. No traffic to mess with right now. Got 59er Trevor Hunt there in Pete number 2. Matthew Simmons giving him some pressure there. Pete number 3 looking to get around at number 59. Andrew Ratcliffe now in Pete number 4. Looks like he's working his way around the track. Got a little too wide action back there with the 67 and the 76 battling out back and forth, side by side, being followed closely by Scott Bolster. We'll hop on top of Scott Bolster's machine and see what he sees as those two battle in front of him. Right now, and it's going to be Jeff Ryan, Tommy Ryan. Tommy Ryan falling back quite a few spots back now, back to Pete number 7. So in some major conserve mode here with them tires, and that would just be indication to me that this is a track where tires are going to matter later on. It's not something that you see the 99 do very often, and unless he knows for a fact that things are going to start falling off. See that 45 of Scott Bolster looking to get underneath Jeff Byers in that 76. Keeps backing it up. He doesn't get in the rear of that 76. So good job for Scott Bolster. Currently sitting in Pete number 9. We'll go back to Peter Pazuchek back there in Pete number 10. All your Peter Pazuchek fans out there. Currently back there in 10th place, getting around here at Iowa, that number 2 machine. Kirby Brothers bringing up the rear with the 58 and 57. Maybe something's in store, maybe a long strategy here. Smaller field, great drivers, 13 drivers out here tonight. Some of the best out here, and that very, very clean, very respectful. So we are interested in running the Xfinity cars. I've seen them do trucks, I've seen them do the 87s and next gen, so a lot going on, but very clean drivers over here. The Ultimate Conquest Racing League. Feel free to check them out, hit me up, or hit up Scott Bolster, get you some links and whatnot, and you can join these drivers and get out here as well. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to CRN. Closing in that 1,000 mark, and have a good feeling that we will make it this week. You fans that support everybody out here have done a fantastic job. We really appreciate the support that you give not only CRN but the leagues and drivers of iRacing as well. JP Phillips out there right now with a 1.22 second lead over Trevor Hunt. So, you know, is JP Phillips beating his tires up? Is he pushing too hard too early? Or is it just the right amount as he's out a little over a second over Trevor Hunt and Matthew Simmons working. Matthew Simmons is just, I don't know if he wants to go a little faster. Maybe he's using Trevor Hunt as a way to pace himself. But sometimes you get out there and your car just feels so good for a while, and next thing you know, you end up burning up your tires. And it's always, sometimes it's good to have a rabbit out there or somebody to kind of control your tendencies to push the car a little too hard. Maybe that's what the 49 is doing, or maybe he just can't quite get around the 59. But either way, they are nose to tail here for second and third. And we'll go back to the number 24 of Andrew Ratcliffe, getting around here at a good clip. Up 2 spots from the start. 46 Grady Garrett can fall on 1 spot back in P number 5. Then back to Jeff Ryan and Jeff Byers are fighting for 6th and 7th. Scott Bolster up to 8th. Tommy Ryan falling all the way back to P number 9. So kind of interested in what's going on with the number 99 machine here tonight. Peter Pazuchek back there in 10th, followed by Tim Glass at number 18. I talked about Tim too much this season. Tim always out there, great to race around. Number 18 Tire Pros Xfinity Camaro. Number 58 and 57, Kirby Brothers battling in the back. Waiting for these laps to kind of click off. I'm gonna think that you're gonna see these cars slowly come up through the field. Well, lap 17 of 150. It'll be a good one here tonight as JP Phillips leads the pack over Trevor Hunt, Matthew Simmons, and Andrew Ratcliffe. It's that, the 67, 76, and the 45. Doing some great battling here for mid-pack. And like the 76 try and use the lower side, 67 and Jeff line, a little higher line. But everybody kind of still feeling out the car as these tires are wearing down. Go ahead and we'll hop on board the number 46. We'll take it to the gyro pit cam and kind of give everybody the sense of the banking here at Iowa. Okay, there we go. As you can tell, pretty much banking all the way around helps these cars get around this track. A little bit of bumpiness through the corner, heading down the back stretch here with Grady Gerken as he follows number 24 of Andrew Ratcliffe. Pretty good angle here tonight at Iowa. Why these laps are as quick as they are. 23 seconds, 23.51 is right around the best time around here for these drivers out there in the race here so far. Currently at 24.3, so almost a second drop off so far after 20 laps. So we know here at UCRL, limit on tires, so it's not something, and they run on full fuel. So these drivers will be out here quite a while on the same set of tires. And that could see things drop off by 2 to 3 seconds depending on the tire wear. And that's why I think you've seen the number 99 of Tommy Ryan fall to the back here as he is now following Scott Bolster. Scott Bolster in P number 8. So Tommy has fallen from the front row and back to P number 9. It'll be challenging, but as much as these drivers drive green flag, there's no, your options are open when it comes to just looks at the 99, made it around the number 45 with Scott Bolster. Doing Scott Bolster back to P number 9. It's back up to P number 8. Interesting run here tonight, and these drivers are obviously trying to get the best run they can. Trevor Hunt trying his best to hunt down the number 22 of JP Phillips. JP Phillips out to a 1.6 second lead now over Trevor Hunt. As Trevor has a 1 second lead over Matthew Simmons. But Matthew Simmons now has a handful and ready, fairly available, but number 24 of Andrew Ratcliffe is going to use that high side. Maybe some, too much tire wear on that number 49. Starting to fall, not, to only fall back one spot. Before we'll go on 49. Making it interesting here. Still number 24. Near the podium if he can keep this pace up here as we're on lap 28 of 150. Back here with Tommy Ryan and that number 99 now on the back bumper of his brother, Ryan. to take that spot back over. So end up to number 99. As you see him fall back early, going to make his way, working his way back up to the field. It takes a lot of patience to, for a driver to, fall back like that. They have a good start and then be able to set their ways in motion for a strategy, whether it's tire saving or fuel strategy. But the 99 is going to now start progressing back forward here as we're on 30 of 150. That looks like Delta pilots have finally decided to stop in Iowa with our co-commentator, Carl Heinrich.
Yeah, I mean, lost my bags, so we'll have to go back to the baggage check. But other than that, we are here in Iowa, and the Hear Me Out 150, and this is a track that certainly some drivers were not looking forward to, as it's a different little trail here. And Jimmy, it's under a mile. I know it's 9/10 of a mile, but it's a tri-oval. I mean, it's bigger than Richmond, so. Is it a short track? Is it really?
Carl, I've been talking to the fans out there. I know these berries out there. We talk about how I don't like short tracks all the time. But I do find these tracks that have a little bit of banking, okay-ish. So, narrowing it down. It's not just short tracks. It's flat short tracks.
Yeah, but I mean, but then where do you fall with? Well, obviously, we can both agree on Martinsville. Martinsville sucks. Martinsville is terrible. I don't care. I don't care what kind of backlash I get. I don't care what kind of comments are in there afterwards. I don't care if, well, I do care if you stop subscribing. But
I mean, everybody has an Achilles. Everybody has an Achilles heel, Carl.
Yeah, and everybody's Achilles heel is Martinsville, because Martinsville sucks. But anyway, but I mean, you got tracks like like Bristol and Nashville Fairgrounds. They're short tracks and they're banking. So I mean, where do you fall on those type of tracks? Are you okay with those?
Like I said, they're just starting to narrow stuff down, and the ones that they really don't care for are the ones that are a little bit flatter. I tend to I just have a hard time managing tires, but here tonight we've seen early JP Phillips is broken away and he's out to a 1.18 lead right now, as it is declining as Trevor Hunt is slowly winding him back in as he started off a little bit slower. So just kind of wondering if JP Phillips got out to too much of a run off the rip, wearing out them tires a little bit too much, and so Trevor maybe saving his tires a little bit more. Andrew Ratcliffe, usually pretty big on getting some really intense racing, but not too aggressive here tonight. He fell to P number 4. Now he's up to actually started in P number 6. Now he's up to P number 3, just taking his time. Brady Gherkin still there in P number 4. We've seen Tommy Ryan on the 99. He fell all the way back to P number 9. And now is currently back up to P number 5. So, and we know that Tommy is one to save tires, because he loves a longer run. So, and with the drivers here at UCRL, he has that opportunity to do that. So, right now the number 99 back up to P number 5. Matthew Simmons, great start, put some pressure early on with the other drivers, but now has fallen back to P number 7 as he was in P number 2. The Kirby brothers, they started in the back, now starting to look up. They got some traffic they need to work their way through. They're looking to they got back up to the kind of a pack here. So Peter Kazuchek, looking to either get around Scott Bolster or get past by the number 58 and 57 as they are starting to work their way through the field. A lot of things going on here, Carl. It's a lot of strategy going on, and like I said, with as clean as these drivers are and the green flags run, the green flag runs that they have, you really got to start from your strategy from the rip.
Yeah, this is a track. I mean, whether you think it's short or not, it does have banking, but it can definitely chew through the tires. It's one where it's kind of funky when it comes to the line. I mean, you see a few different lines out there. You can run all the way in the bottom, and it's kind of progressive banking. I mean, it's a little bit flatter on that bottom seam. I think it's a little bit more in that middle seam, and maybe a little bit more in that top seam. But you'll see guys sometimes the fast line, at least for me, what I've seen in different cars, if you can handle it and you keep that back end under control, is kind of straddling that first seam, kind of running with those dash lines in the middle of your grill. It's the fast line, but it's going to wear those tires down because that back end is going to want to get out there and get a little squirrely. It's, loose is fast, but loose is also going to wear out those tires. And maybe that's what you want. Sometimes it's funny. Like sometimes you want to actually figure out, okay, how's the car handling? Which tire would I rather wear out? Sometimes it's a little bit looser of a car, and you want to dive into those corners even harder so you can wear out that front right and kind of neutralize that car a little bit. And then vice versa, if the car's a little bit loose, maybe you want to if the car's a little bit tight, you want to kind of heat up that right rear tire so it gets a little bit looser on you. So it's just, there's all different kinds of games that you can play. I mean, it's, even though it's a fixed setup, even though this is what you got, there's only so much you can do tweaking. When it comes to the pit setups, you can still kind of tweak your car on the track depending on how you drive.
Yeah, you can. I don't have those. I don't possess those necessary skills.
We'll learn you, Jimmy. We'll learn you.
Yeah, we're trying. I know we're trying to out here and have some fun with a great hobby and meet a lot of great people along the way. So, but there's definitely a lot of good going on right now. You've seen, like I said, you've seen Matthew Simmons. Obviously, great run initially. Because he's so. This is where I would be. I would be the Matthew Simmons. There at P number 2 and just running and being like, yeah, I'm good with speed, but now I burned off my tires, and then this is what happens. So, and this is the issue that I would have. Sounds like he would have caught a caution about 10 laps ago, and been able to get new tires, and not a problem. Still be able to stay up there with the leaders, but now the tires are gone from running so hard, and this is the patience and the skill set of some of these drivers to just get out here and run these, like I said, a full tank of gas car. And they know that they have at least to stop once, but it's a long time to be out there on a full set, like I said, a full tank, and go onto their Discord, and they do a little pre-race briefing here, and it's not always correct. But it looks like at Iowa here tonight, they're looking right around 61 to 66 laps, somewhere in there. So maybe somebody out there with 70, can somebody make 75 and make this a one-stopper? Chris, sure, where you at, buddy?
As we said in the core Xfinity broadcast, I mean, if there's an option X, he's going to find it. Forget A through B, A through J. He's going to find strategy X, and that's the one he's going to run. But I mean, Jimmy, we're already coming up on a third of the way through this race, and if these drivers are planning on making it a two-stop race, I mean, he could technically be coming in here in the next couple laps and making one of those 2 pit stops if you want to stretch it into 3 kind of equal stints. But I feel like these guys are going to stretch this thing out, and I mean, we've seen it more often than not, them running that pit window out as far as possible, and then coming in with pits, especially at a track like this. It's tough. I mean, it's 13 cars out there, so it's not a huge field, but it just takes one car to have a mistake and bring out the caution. And if you pit on the green here, I mean, you're going down 2 laps.
Yeah, I mean, that's one other reason on short tracks. A mistake on pit road, you get really punished here. Obviously, they're not on pace as their qualifying runs. They're down into 24s right now. Some of the drivers run the 25s, but qualifying runs were in the 23s. 23, 5, 23, 25, 22.5 being the fastest. Everybody was in the 23s, so right now all the drivers in the 24. So you're going to see a huge change and speed when they do finally come out with the newer tires. But is that time in the pits? Are you able to make that up? We talked about it a little bit last week, and how some drivers decide to go with stops, and as your car, you do get some faster laps in there because you have newer tires more often. But is it enough? Can you make up that time, that pit entry, that pit exit, the pit time, and that one extra cycle, basically? And some can. Some races turn out where the driver can. It's just live and learn, and if you make that decision, you're kind of stuck with it. But unless the caution comes out, puts you on another playing field. But that's why I think Chris Richard, he gambles like that, trying to see if it works. At least know until next time. But put it in your bag of learning. So Chris always out there trying to make things work if he can't be out front. But that number, like I said, the 99 Tommy Rutt started in P number 2, fell back to P number 9, and now back up to P number 4, working on the heels to catch up there on the number 24 of Andrew Ratcliffe. Andrew Ratcliffe closing in on that 59 of Trevor Hunt. So Andrew got something here tonight. You know, at practice, he had some really good fast laps. We've talked to Andrew before, Carl, and he's always said that he's not too good at qualifying, but he always does have some really impressive runs, and we haven't talked to Andrew in a while. It'd be good to see that number 24 finish well here tonight. Put him back out in the booth, see how he's doing, and see if he can make his way to the front. But right now, it's all JP Phillips. He's out to almost a 2-second lead. But he decided to use them tires up early or just save them. Here now, he's just doing a great job of leading this thing from the start.
Yeah, starting to stretch out now at this point, and maybe it's due to Trevor Hunt kind of looking at that mirror a little bit at the 24 of Ratcliffe and the 99 of Tommy Ryan. But I mean, we talk about this thing being a short track or a big track, whatever it is. I mean, are we watching a dirt track right now, Jimmy? Because it seems like every time I'm watching these guys, they're up just a little bit higher and higher and higher in the turns. I mean, are they chasing the moisture up the track? I mean, I don't see the back ends getting out there. Are we going to see some slide jobs here tonight? I mean,
chase the marbles up the track, so you can get a faster run.
I know the marbles created a berm for you, but well, it's working for these guys right now. They're up there in the third seam at this point, but good run for these drivers out here so far. And looks like unfortunately Matthew Simmons is falling back enough that he's about to be the first car that is going to go a lap down here, as JP Phillips on a really good pace out front, over 2 seconds ahead of Andrew Ratcliffe, who is now working on passing Trevor Hunt and completing the pass as they are battling for second.
Yeah, and like I said, I would be the Matthew Simmons. Out there, good lap times, doing what you need to do, but just too much pressure on them tires, and that's where the veteran status goes for some of these drivers that have been around a long time, the ones that drive these fuel setups and races, and it does takes a lot of patience and focus to keep doing the same thing, because even though that you could run faster, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work. But the 49 dipping to the low side as the 59 Trevor Hunt and the 99 and the 24 all go by Matthew Simmons. So a little bit of change up here and about for Pete number 2. Andrew Ratcliffe moving in that spot there to Pete number 2. The 99 coming with him around Trevor Hunt. But Trevor Hunt's tires falling off a little bit faster than he wanted, as he was doing a little bit of battling with Matthew Simmons.
Don't look now, but Grady Gerken starting to work himself into the picture here late in the run, as it was kind of a 2 and 3 car battle here for quite some time, as Trevor Hunt getting the Ren Stimpy 59 into the wall there a little bit. And Grady Gerken is certainly up here in the mix right now, as he is in 5th place, but right behind these drivers. And another one that's good on the long run. I mean, we've seen that 46 be good on short runs or long runs, but I mean, more often than not with these guys here in UCRL, it is long runs and long run speed that you need to really worry about. And we see that 46 trying to work his way up towards the front. Back here towards the back half of the top 10, we got Jeff Ryan, Justin Kirby, and Brett Kirby in 6th, 7th, and 8th. Peter Berzuchek is in 9th place in the 2, but he's got a battle on his hands with Jeff Byers, who now goes to the inside to take that position away, as this is 9th and 10th. Scott Bolster just outside the top 10, but it's not time for Scott to sneak into the top 10 just yet. It's a little bit early for that. It's the sneak attack is just, it's in his back pocket. He's ready, willing to use it. Tim Glass in 12th, and then Matthew Simmons has come into the pits, made his pit stop, and now is back out in 13th. And yeah, I mean, you see how far he has fallen back. You know, granted, he was just getting lapped at the time that he came into the pits, but now after coming out of the pits, 3 laps down. So there you go. I mean, even if you're a car in 2nd place, you're going to be losing 2 laps here under a green flag pit stop. So it's really tough, and it's one of those tracks where you'd like to try and go off strategy and take that short pit, see if you can gain some time, gain some positions, but you get caught just once and your race is damn near over.
Yeah, 3 laps, I mean, it's not something you can get back, the pressure comes up. The short track, high speed, lots of laps down when you come in, but setting the fastest lap of the race with a 23.411, obviously knows that he might not be able to make it the rest of the way, so he's going to have to stop again. So in that case, Carl, I'm pushing as hard as I can. I'm knowing that I need to get in this number 49 around these drivers, and you can see how much faster he is around some of the drivers that are fighting for the top 5.
Yeah, he's using the running the cushion up there. Running the cushion, ripping the lip, whatever you want to call it, all the way at the top of the track. As we had all 4 of these guys, you could throw them under a blanket there in the last couple of laps there, battling for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. But you see what the fresh tires do. I mean, you know, fresh tires, he's running down in the mid-23s. The rest of the drivers right now out there on track are running in the high 24s. So a good 2nd and a quarter faster than everybody else on fresh tires, as we're getting close to the halfway point, Jimmy, and I feel like this is a race where clearly the strategy is going to be get to halfway and then just make sure you have enough tires to make a good run at the end.
Yeah, and I know that some of the drivers get a little frustrated when it becomes more of a fuel mileage race, but anything can happen. You know, you run them 20, 30 laps and somebody makes a mistake and caution comes out. So, you know, going a halfway mark and taking a pit stop is probably out of the question. So, like, things change, strategy changes. It just depends on the racing. But these drivers have been so clean lately. And I get that they have a smaller field, but they're still. I mean, the racing close. You see the 2nd, 3rd, 4th all battling right there, you know, together. So it's not like they're not doing good battling right now. Grady Griffin trying to put the move on the 59 of Trevor Hunt for P number 4.
That outside line just getting too good of a run off the corner, and you almost need to do a slide job to make a pass here at this point in the run. But as it stands right now, JP Phillips out to almost a 3.5-second lead over the rest of the pack. So if he's out there doing any kind of fuel saving, he could have fooled me. I mean, he is putting on a torrent pace at the front, stretching out his lead. Ratcliffe still in 2nd, Tommy Ryan, Trevor Hunt, and Grady Gerken, your top 5. You got Justin Kirby, Brett Kirby, Jeff Ryan, Jeff Byers, and Peter Berzuchek, your top 10. But we are about to cross that halfway point. It looks like the 22 now coming in. But Jimmy, this isn't just halfway yet.
And he's been out there and looking at that car and maybe just realized, maybe late, like, oh, maybe I can make this. And besides the time in here early at lap 75, so this would be down to the wire. You see Jeff Jeff Ryan coming in. Scott Bolster's coming in as well, but Jeff Ryan was getting a little bit loose coming in, trying to get the best entry as possible. Andrew Ratcliffe now has lead. What happened? JP Phillips is up, that's why.
Yeah. You say that.
Over my head. But, 24 definitely back out front. Good to see 24 Mayo there, but he's going to bring that relinquish to the lead to the 99 of Tommy Ryan. He's going to stay out for another lap. Brady Gerken out there as well. So a few drivers going over the max, or over that halfway mark off. It's kind of put them in the position where they don't have to save at all. That's for sure. Number 58 and 57, the Perry brothers up into 3 and 4 as the others have pit.
Yeah, I wonder about that 22. I mean, pitting on lap 74, the completion lap 74. His second run's going to have to be 76 laps long. I mean, he's got to go into some kind of fuel save mode if he absolutely needed to come in on that lap right there. I mean, some of these guys, you see him still out there in the pits now. Tommy Ryan coming in, Brady Gerken's still out there. So, he may be fine, and maybe that was the plan, that he was inside his pit window. So that's when he decided to come in. Didn't want to get short pit by anybody, as Justin Kirby sideways coming into the pits. I think he made it in there safely, but I mean, it's, I just got done talking to some of the guys over in the Core Xfinity Series. It's amazing how much time and how much time you can lose going in and out of the pit lane. I mean, it's, with racing and guys that are this good and this close, you want to try and get every ounce of speed going into the pits. I don't think that's going to work out too well for him. That's probably going to be an unsafe entry and possibly speeding. But it looks like he actually might have gotten away with it. I mean, it was a regular time for his pit stop, and he'll get out there. But yeah, I mean, again, you want to try and get as much speed into the pits as possible while not speeding. And then same thing, all the way up to the speed limit in pit lane. Get out there as quick as you can, because there's so much time that could be gained and lost just on pit lane. You've seen how close second, third, fourth, and fifth were running at the time when they came in, and now you see it. It's spread out a little bit. Andrew Ratcliffe got a little bit of a gap. Now you got Hunt and Ryan still right together, but Brady Gerken falling back a decent amount, as his pit stop didn't seem like it was that much worse than everybody else, but he also pit 3 laps later than those guys, so he'll be up in the mix there. I'm sure pretty soon here, as he'll have a little bit fresher tires. But Jeff Byers finally in pit lane, going to give the lead over to Tim Blast, as he's going to come around and complete lap number 82 and still out there. So I mean, I guess Tim's just going for a splash and dash here at the end.
Got that extra large fuel cell batteries cooler for drinking. He's got some fuel, some extra tan or something, but got Tim Glass out there right now. Got a 10-second lead, and it's lap 83, so he's going to have some fresher tires come towards the end. We'll see if he can use that to his advantage here, but yeah, good run there for Tim Glass. He's getting up there, get a couple laps out here. Iowa, but JP Phillips is the next in line. Will pick up the lead once Tim Glass relinquishes his track time for some fuel. And then Andrew Ratcliffe will be back there in P number 3 or 2. Actually, just getting passed up by Tommy Ryan. So Tommy Ryan and Andrew Ratcliffe battling here. I think that's going to benefit JP Phillips as he doesn't have any competitive right now, and they're back behind him by 5 seconds.
Big slide there from Tommy Ryan. Good save. We will stay green here, and he's going to lose a few spots there. Battling on the inside there with Andrew Ratcliffe. Tim Glass now finally coming into pit lane, as he's only going to have 65 laps to go on his tank and tires. I mean, forget Tire Pros on Tim Glass's car. They need Fuel Pros on that thing, as that was a masterful job of saving fuel that long. He's going to go probably at least a lap down at this point, maybe close to 2, but he's going to have definitely the freshest tires out there in the entire field, and we'll see what kind of time he can make up with them.
Yeah, Matthew's in the pits as well, so we'll quite see what happened. Matt just looks like he entered here late in the race as well. Lap 87, 150. JP Phillips will take back over to lead over Andrew Ratcliffe and then Trevor Hutton. So Brady Gerken there, P4, Tommy Ryan sliding out just a little bit. Now he's got not only worked gaining his time back, Carl, but them tires now like to be treated like that.
Yeah, when I talked about, getting the car a little bit loose to make the car a little bit loose, that's not what I meant. You definitely don't want to burn your tires up that quickly, or all four of them will be, pissed off for quite a few laps, and you just got to calm them down a little bit. But he falls back to 6th place, so your top 5 are going to be, he actually falls back to 5th place, so the rest of the top 5 is going to be JP Phillips out there to a 5-second lead over Andrew Ratcliffe, who has still got company with Trevor Hunt in 3rd, Grady Gherkin in 4th, Tommy Ryan in 5th, Brent Kirby and Jeff Ryan, you see on the screen here, doing battle for 6th and 7th. That's far behind right there. The yellow car is Peter Brzucek in 8th place. Pat Bolster, sneaky inside the top 10 right now. Second half of the race, he is in 9th place. And then Jeff Byers rounding out your top 10. But Byers pitting on lap number 81. Tim Glass still in the pits. So I think, unfortunately, he may have had a penalty because he was in his pit stall for 58 seconds. So we are not going to see what that strategy does, as he is going to fall way back here and go down a few more laps because of that penalty. So heartbreak there for the 18 team.
And he did a good job, and that's one of those things. Obviously, then that the pits doing can get you, and not finding where your braking point is on worn tires, especially as worn as those tires were. 82 laps. I mean, Carl, you sit out, you'd have to run an hour to get your tires worn down in a test session, and then try to make that pit stop. So that's really hard to mimic. So, but it does take time and practice, and those are the situations that you have to practice for. And it does, obviously, if you don't do it, it's gonna just be more challenging for some than others.
Well, certainly no challenge right now for your leader, JP Phillips. Again, still holding on to a 4.8-second lead over Andrew Ratcliffe. Look, the battle for 2nd has finally calmed down a little bit. Maybe battle for 3rd coming up here soon, as Grady Gherkin has called the back of Trevor Hunt here as they look to do battle once again. Tommy Ryan still in view here of the battle, but he's still working on kind of calming that car down before he can start making a charge back up to the other drivers here in the top 5. But Gherkin dives down low again, trying to make the pass on the bottom. It's really the only place he's got, because Trevor Hunt is running that top line, but the top line just gets such a good run coming off the corner, and again Hunt is able to hold off Gherkin.
Yeah, and it takes a lot of skill to run the higher line, because that wall can sometimes be challenging to know how close you are to it, and if you don't practice it another time, and with these tires, wearing out, car continues to get a little tighter, getting pushed up to that wall. But these drivers have plenty of time around multiple tracks, and great racing here between these 3 drivers, the 24, the 59, and 46, all putting on a great show here on Searing.
I feel like the battle between the 59 and 46 here has actually caught them up to Andrew Ratcliffe, as it is definitely a 3-car battle now for 2nd place. And even Tommy Ryan seems like he's getting a little bit more speed and catching up to these boys just a little bit, or could even be Andrew Ratcliffe, playing a little gamesmanship here, trying to get his teammate out there alongside and by Trevor Hunt. But still a battle for 2nd, almost 3 wide there, as Gherkin's still trying to make that pass work. Little bobble off of turn number 4, and he's going to be back behind the 59 again. And all this is music to the ears of the 22 of Phillips. Again, out there to over a 5-second lead at this point. And we are closing in on only 50 laps to go.
Yeah, 50 laps to go as we just cross the line here for lap number 99. Just great racing, and this is where the pole is right now here for P2, 3, and 4. But there's some more racing in the back there for P number 11 as number 58 of Justin Curley going to the inside there on the 76 of Jeff Byers. Again, you see that outside holding strong. So the 58 unable to get by the 76 of Jeff Byers.
And that's not where the 58 wanted to be, but unfortunately self-inflicted by the pit entry donut that he had to perform. But again, did not get a pit road penalty, so it could have been even worse. So a good save there, and saved himself on the lead lap, and certainly in hopes of a caution coming out here. Get himself back up in the mix, but brother Brett doing a good job just outside the top 5 right now in 6th place, trying to run down this top 5, but it's kind of, you know, 1st place by himself, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th by themselves, and then a big gap. I mean, you see the entire backstretch, the group in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th already in turn 3 before the 57 is out of turn number 2. And I mean, you could just about say the same thing between 1st and 2nd at this point, as it's a pretty sizable gap for JP Phillips right now, 4.8 seconds. The guys in you know, running there behind him, running just a little bit faster, so maybe gaining a little bit of ground. But Phillips has got a lot to play with at this point.
Yeah, they're back here running multiple luck. Later, you know, this is something that the drivers have to be patient with. You know, obviously, they're going for a run here. We're going to see some battle again with the 59-46. You know, is this, you know, hurting them or helping them? So, obviously, the 46 wants to gain position. He gets himself under P number 3. So he's on the podium, but there's still 46 laps remaining, and the leader is out there. So, is there enough time for these drivers to catch a leader? Possibly, but they can't be banging like that. A little bit of shoulder rub in there between the 46 and 59. Get some friendly racing. As you see, the 99 kind of backed up just a little bit to give them some room to battle over. 46 making the move on the 24 now. Looking to take away P number 2, but again, the 24 that outside, it's not a good enough run. So the 59 is going to try to get inside on the 46. Leave the 46 on the outside, and 46 looking to maybe go to the outside of the 24. The 24 into that push slides up. It's flowing and that momentum down.
And certainly no team orders there between the 24 and 46, as Gherkin really trying to go to work there, and maybe thinks he has something for JP Phillips if they can get around that 24 team. But yeah, I mean, dare I say there was a slide job by the 46 to get in front of the 59. It almost looked like a crossover, but just you know, not fully performed by the 59. So I think we're doing a little dirt track racing out here, and that cushion is definitely moving up a little bit closer to the wall, Jimmy. I'm telling you, I don't know what they're chasing up there, but it's getting higher and higher. So maybe it's just the speed's picking up here from the guys at UCRL. I want to thank everyone out there for tuning in to the Man Cave After Dark Xfinity Series here on CRN. And if you haven't done so yet, please hit that like and subscribe, and help yourself to everything that CRN has to offer, as we've got tons of racing wall to wall here, especially in the middle of the week. It seems like a lot of leagues decide to run on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and we are packed solid right now on CRN. So tons of racing throughout the middle of the week, and you know, really all throughout the week. So make sure you hit that subscribe, and even hit that bell if you want to be notified on when CRN is live.
You know, we're pretty book solid through midweek. Seeing a few offers. Got more people looking for some earlier weeks. Unfortunately, I don't. I try to keep a few days to myself. I'll be up in the booth 7 days a week with the amount of people on these. They want some great coverage, and that's what CRN does. And let's try to give the best coverage and be very, very reliable and show up every week. You know, probably better than some race car drivers' attendances. Attendances as the weeks go. I was like, we usually see a lot of drivers show up and then disappear. But CRN's still here, still put on a great podcast, having a great time with a booth, getting to know all the drivers out on the track. And right now, tonight, is that number 22 with JP Phillips, having a fantastic run, out to a 4.8 second lead over the drivers that are fighting for second, third, and fourth, and fifth. And then back there to P number 6 of Brent Kirby. He's got some time to make up as well. So we'll see if the 57 can get involved with those top 5 as we go towards the back in the pack. Got Peter Pazuchek now back there, trying to chase down Jeff Ryan. Justin Kirby is now battling with Jeff Byers. So guys got around him. Got Bolster hanging around here. P number 11. I think just for that last run.
Still early.
Number 45.
Still early.
Yeah.
Still early. You give those guys a little Freddy was like, hey, just to let you know, I can run here in ninth place, but I'm going to fall back for now. I'll let you guys have it. But yeah, Justin Kirby now back up into the top 10. And if he wants any shot of starting to reel in JP Phillips in the points, or at least not fall too far behind, he's got to make up some more positions here. Obviously, coming into tonight, he was 52 points behind. Actually, 92 points behind. Just need to see it a little bit hot and bigger here, but I mean, he's, as it stands right now, going to be over 100 points behind your points leader late in the season at this point. So JP Phillips doing exactly what he's got to do, looking for win number 3 on the season, and really in the points, not too much competition right now. 92 points back to Justin Kirby, 119 back to Grady Gherkin, 150 back to Trevor Hunt, and even Tommy Ryan back there, 188 points back. And that's heading into this race. That's before he looks at grabbing another win here tonight.
Yeah, with the consistency that JP has been in this season, not only with the wins, but top 5s and being up front in the podiums, and just doing a great job. Obviously, we know that the 99 has had the multiple wins this season. I think with the most, I think 5 or 6, right, Carl? But he's, obviously not being able to make it every week really puts a dampener on points. Not being here at all, especially with the skill level being so close. They're only mixing it up just by a little bit, and I mean, this whole race, it really does hurt the chances of some drivers like the 99 over Tommy Ryan. But obviously we've seen do very, very well here this season. It's just obviously the points as time goes by the wayside. But I think a lot of these drivers, Carl, for the most part, they just love the race. Whether it's winning the championship, that's like a bonus, but they just love to get out there. They love to run the cars around here and do the good battle. You can see the 99 coming forward, putting on a great show right now here for Pete, number 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's very close there for Tommy Ryan. Chases up the track, but it looks like he's just going to hold on to second place. So good job there. Another good save. But yeah, I mean, you look at the standings, and through 13 races, there's only been 2 drivers that have gotten double-digit top 5s, and that being your points leader, JP Phillips with 10, and Tommy Ryan with 10. But unfortunately, Tommy missing that one race. That one race has cost him a ton in the points, because obviously he has the most wins, more than double his next competitor, as he's got 5 wins on the season. Doesn't look like it's in the cards, at least for this point, to grab win number 6, and unfortunately for everybody chasing JP Phillips, doesn't look like it's in the cards for anybody, as that 22 is hooked up here tonight. Got a sizable lead over the rest of the field, and as long as that car stays intact and has fuel to the end, it's looking pretty good to grab win number 3, but we've still got 30 laps to go here at Iowa, so certainly not over just yet.
No.
And I mean, he does run for Black Magic Motorsports, so
I'm going to tell it. There's no caution.
another time gets wicked loose. Hard impact on the inside wall. And it looks like he is going to tow it to pit lane, as that thing, as you see, that thing is smoking, so probably did not want to move after that contact.
That's a rough break for the 99. That's something we normally see, but doing some heavy battling, trying to make up some ground. Worn tires, I'm sure, were part in the picture, as that's those slides that don't feed the tires any love at all, but that's going to give, right now, JP Phillips is out by 4.7 seconds. Oops, I'm going to go back live. But JP Phillips is out right now with a 4.9 second lead over Andrew Rennicliffe and Grady Gherkin. So it looks like, just watching that live here, Paul, it looks like Andrew is gaining slightly. Does he have enough time to make it? So he's got 27 laps remaining here. See if he can reel in that number 22. The 22 has been putting on a dominating show for most of the evening here. Now the 99 is out with a tow and with a smoking engine, but Grady Gherkin sitting in back there in P93 as well, and Cameron Hunt in 59. So any of these drivers, as long as they keep on moving, kind of work together, don't battle too hard, if they have enough tire left, they might be able to catch up to JP, but then catching them and then getting around them is two different things.
Well, we've seen the guys, multiple times now try to go to that inside, and you can get alongside another car, but you just cannot complete the pass. We've seen Tommy Ryan do it twice to Andrew Ratcliffe, and twice it got that car angry off the back end, stepped out big time, and was able to save it a couple times, but that last time certainly bit him, and looks like could be the end of the night for the 99. But it's going to be really, really tough for these competitors to catch, let alone even have an attempt to pass the 22 here tonight, as he has got a sizable lead. He's got the entire backstretch to himself, all the way back to second place Andrew Ratcliffe. Grady Gherkin and Trevor Hunt still right there battling for second, third, and fourth. Good gap, another 6 seconds back to Brent Kirby in sixth place. Then you got Jeff Ryan, Justin Kirby, Jeff Byers, and Scott Bolster in 10th.
Captain Magic, man. I'm telling you. Put the blue machine back up front. And you got a little bit of coming in where the leader trying to get around that number 45, and Scott's going to race him like he's just going to keep running his run. So it's going to be on 22 to get around as he has to work his way through lap traffic, as he's had a pretty easy time so far, but now it's that's going to just maintain his line, allow the 22 to do what he needs to do, but you can see the 45 on the outside line, and the 22 is just having one heck of a time. So this is what we look forward to if Andrew Ratcliffe was able to really close in here on Phillips. Because that's still at 4.7 seconds. So, but it's slow. It's slow. It's a minor thing, but Andrew's is slowly but slowly catching JP.
Well, as we get close to 20 laps to go, 21 to go at the moment, as Tommy Ryan back out there on the track, not going to give up yet, and going to try and run back down and maybe get himself into a top 10 spot. It's about time to crank these boys at UCRL up, turn the mics off, and give CRN Nation a little love to hear it.
Love to hear it. 11 laps to go. JP Phillips still out front over Andrew Ratcliffe. I thought Andrew was going to have some little bit left for JP, but the gap has now increased to 5.2 seconds. Very good come back there right behind in P1 and Trevor Hunt. Brent Kirby, Justin Kirby from starting from the back, sitting 5th and 6th. Peter Kuzuchek and P7, Jeff Byers is at 8th, Jeff Ryan and 9th, Scott Holster in that elusive P10, Tommy Ryan, Tim Glass, and Matthew Simmons to round out the field here so far as we have 9 laps remaining.
A really big fight back for the 58 of Justin Kirby, and again, if he wants to kind of find himself in this title battle towards the end of the season, he's got to really, avoid any kind of big mistakes. And he had a pretty sizable one coming into pit lane, but has fought back here nicely and just gonna looks like fall outside the top 5, but still a good finish here in 6th place for the 58s. But I mean, all these drivers doing a great job. This thing has been green, and we're down to 8 laps to go. JP Phillips now crossing the line and making it 7 to go. It's really been a great battle for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, but that has fallen by the wayside now, as well as it looks like Ratcliffe has got a solid hold of 2nd place. 3rd place is Grady Gherkin, and kind of got a solid hold there. Take it back to Trevor Hunt. Tommy Ryan would love to be up into the top 10 and again keep his title hopes alive, but back there 3 laps down. It's way too much time to make up here with 6 laps to go, but just plugging away and trying to run some good laps and maybe just kind of exercise some demons before they head off to Kentucky Speedway next week. And I mean, this thing is coming down to the end here. As when we start Kentucky next week, it's only going to be 6 races left in this 20-race season. And JP Phillips has been the class of the field this entire season. I mean, he's done the wins that Tommy Ryan does, but Jimmy said he's got the consistency and looking to crack another win here tonight. And really, I mean, could points chase the last 6 races and possibly still have a good shot at winning this thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just what JP's been doing. Grady Gherkin's been doing a fantastic job last season as well. It's just a lot of good racing throughout the season, throughout the field, and I know they're working on trying to bring in more drivers. And like I said, if you're out there watching this and you want some clean racing, like the skill level is a pretty high level, so everybody's welcome to talk with Scott Bolster or hit me up at call or get in touch with Scott. They run a fantastic league over here on Tuesday nights. The Man Crew After Dark series right now this season has with the Xfinity series. Last season, last year was with the trucks. Definitely a lot of good racing here. Coming down to 2 laps to go right now for the number 22 as he is all but good to go here besides these 2 laps for our victory here at Iowa.
Good to go, just some lap traffic here for the 24 as he works his way by Jeff Byers. Got Bolster in 9th place, but I'm trying to see. Okay, so Scott Bolster is a lap down. That's what I missed up there. But yeah, it is a pretty easy victory here for the 22. Just got 2 more turns to go here to claim victory number 3. Really stretch out that points lead even more, and he's going to do it. The spider wire number 22. Back in victory lane, JP Phillips, your winner here at Iowa. 2nd place going to go to the 24 of Andrew Ratcliffe. 3rd going to go to Grady Gherkin in the 46. 59 of Trevor Hunt going to come home in 4th. Brent Kirby going to hold it down 5th place, limping across the line. Maybe trying to let his brother catch up there to keep him a little bit further up there in the points. But Brent Kirby going to finish, Brent Kirby in 5th, Justin Kirby in 6th. Peter Wazuchek, a good run, going to finish in 7th. Jeff Byers not too far behind there in 8th. Got Bolster at the top 10. Just saying. In 9th place, Jeff Ryan is going to grab the final spot in the top 10. Tommy Ryan, Tim Glass, and Matthew Simmons round out your 13-car field here tonight. Pretty good race here from the boys at UCRL. I mean, you can't really say much when they come out here and do 150 green flag laps.
Yeah, it's they've been doing it, and I know it makes it a little easier being a little smaller field call, but you know, even when they have the larger fields, it was the same way. So the driving here is just great, and just the talent here is awesome as well. So good run for the 22 and the rest of the field. Thanks for showing up here tonight. We look forward to talking to everybody up in here in the booth as the 22 is going to do the reverse lap here tonight.
Yeah, a little Alan Quickie Polish victory lap here. Looks like that front splitter is banging off the ground here. I'm not sure if maybe he's got a flat front left tire, but I think did not look happy going through the turns backwards there. But good victory for the 22. We'll start bringing in our top 3 here tonight, and it's going to start off with our 3rd place finisher, and that is going to be the 46 of Grady Gherkin. And Grady, it looked like pretty fun race between you guys out there for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th before for the pit stop, and then the second half of the race, kind of you guys got spread out a little bit, but passing had a premium here tonight. You can get to the inside and get alongside somebody, but making that pass was just not easy.
Yeah, that was the big trick tonight. It was so hard to pass. I'm wore out. We had that was a pretty good battle, like you said, between Trevor, Andrew, and Tommy there for a while. It was intense, but yeah, like you said, real hard to pass, hard to do it on the bottom. I stayed out a little bit longer before my pit stop. 1, to lead a lap, and then 2, I thought maybe some fresher tires, if I took care of them, I'd be able to pass more maybe on the bottom, but it didn't really pan out that way.
It didn't, but I mean, you grab a 3rd place here tonight. It seemed like it was really rough, and I mean, I joke with Jimmy. It seemed like you guys were running a dirt track there, because you seen the line kind of towards the bottom, then all of a sudden it was in the middle, and it started going up higher and higher and higher until you guys were kind of stuck on that high line. What was it? Were you chasing moisture out there? Like what was going on? That the line just kept seeming to go higher and higher for you guys.
Yeah, the track got real dry on the bottom. You're just fighting and trying to carry so much speed, and if hugging that yellow line on the bottom, it seemed like you're just bogging it down too much. Early on you could do it, but then it seemed like later in the run it was kind of slower at that point. So we just kind of all started moving up, and that's where the line had to be. And you had to almost to protect the top. If someone got to your outside, then they would basically have position to kind of finish the pass.
Well, either way, you find yourself into 3rd place here. You did some good running to catch up to these guys, and then obviously Tommy having his issues trying to get around Andrew. You tried to get around Andrew yourself, and then you just kind of like, all right, it looks like you just kind of settled into 3rd place because it wasn't going to happen. But either way, still a top 3 here tonight, and for a rougher track here and long run, obviously 150 green flag laps here tonight. Was not easy to grab a podium, but you got it here tonight. So congrats on your 3rd. Who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Definitely give a shout out to Andrew for that 2nd place. That was a good run. He definitely made his car really wide. That was hard to pass, but then it's hard to battle too, because if you were to try to get under somebody or change a line and you'd open the top, then they could fill that spot. So you almost had to kind of follow a little bit. But yeah, shout out to Andrew. Tim running tonight. It was good to see him back out there again. We're missing Jake tonight. He had fishing tournament, but shout out to Scott putting the league and everything on and listen to us all complain like children sometimes. But and definitely shout out to you guys up in the booth. We enjoy it.
Well, looking forward to hopefully Jake can get in the booth next week so I can hear some fish stories. Hear how big those 3-inch minnows were.
Absolutely.
But, either way, congrats again on the 3rd place here tonight. We'll let you go celebrate with the team. We'll see you next week.
All right. Thanks, guys.
See you later.
At your 3rd place finisher, the 46 of Grady Gherkin. 2nd place is going to be the 24 of Andrew Ratcliffe. Jimmy, why don't you go ahead and take Andrew?
Yeah, before we get started with Andrew, I do want to give a shout out to the iRacers Lounge here for putting on a good sponsorship with the UCRL. But Andrew, Jimmy and Carl in the booth, do you copy, buddy?
Yeah. Nice to meet you. It's been a long time.
We're just going to say it's been quite a while since you've been up here giving us a holler, but you've had some rough weeks recently, but come away tonight in P number 2. JP was just on like almost not on another level, just on a very consistent level here tonight, where I've seen a little bit of closure for a little while, but the great battle and racing between yourself, Grady, Trevor, and Tommy Reiner for a while. It was just amazing to watch, and it kind of just allowed JP to just kind of relax and watch the show behind him. But good run tonight. Give us a little bit of rundown on how it went for you, and welcome back to the booth.
Yeah, it feels like a win tonight. I knew tonight would be a good chance. I'm glad to be away from the flat tracks. Those are a big struggle of mine. Are like Milwaukee and Gateway, and then the road courses I'm going to have no chance either. So it felt really good. I knew tonight I would have a good chance, and qualifying killed me. I mean, started 6th and JP started 1st. Like I felt like I kind of mirrored his lap times, and we traded lap times here and there. But when you start 6th and he gets out the first and starts on the pole, I mean, it's just, we can't do much about it.
Yeah, it's hard to compete with clean air at times, but you guys do a great job out there, and very consistent. And you guys, one of the very few leagues that I know of that run a full fuel. To kind of it puts yourself in a situation where you got to run on them tires for an extended period of time. With the smaller fields, you're for the majority of the races, you guys, because the way you race, you're looking at running some really long extended times with the same set of tires. So, but either way, I mean, it was a great race, and I think a great run by the number 24. Just want to say congratulations and welcome back to the booth, and give you a little bit of time for any of them shouts that you may have for somebody out there.
Man, I don't know who to shout out to. Shout out to, I don't know. It's been forever. Grady and I practiced a little bit. We got to figure out how those Black Magic cars get them qualifying times. We got to figure out something. Because they're fast in qualifying, fast in the race, but it felt really good to be actually run a bank track without fuel mileage, too, because Michigan and Charlotte I had circled, and then it came down to who could run the most fuel efficient race, and I am the worst at that, apparently. So shout out to getting an interview tonight, because it's been since Texas, and it's been a long time, and hopefully we can continue it at Kentucky.
Yeah, Kentucky on the docket next week. I was just going to ask before you got in here what you thought of Kentucky, and hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to you next week. But again, congratulations on your second place finish. We'll let you get out of here and go celebrate with your friends and family and team members.
Yeah, thank you guys. Nice talking to you for once.
Later, Andrew.
That is your second place finisher, the 24 of Andrew Ratcliffe. Finally, the man that brought down the win here, that is going to be the 22 of JP Phillips. And JP, it's always fun. I mean, really the most racing I do right now is in the iRacing official multi-class races, 12-hour and 24-hour events. So how was it, being the only one in your class in the multi-class race here tonight?
Man, it was almost as nice as a Sunday afternoon on a pond fishing with some spider wire and some Berkeley minnows. So I hate to tell those guys, but it was, Tommy told me one time we were trying to learn how to run those road courses, and he said, now you got to figure out 100% and then back it down and run 98.6%. So I ran 98.6% all day today. Actually, I really won that one. I'm sure you guys seen, I could see it in my mirror that they had a hell of a battle back there for second. I won this race with that qualifying lap. Just being able to get out there, get out front, get away from that. And then even the early pit stop, I'm like, there is no way anybody is short pitting me and getting in front of me.
I mean, just when I thought you were smooth on the track, then you go ahead and put the sponsor drop like that. I mean, that was smooth as silk as well. But I mean, just a dominating performance here tonight, and it did seem like it was really, really tough to pass here. I mean, unless you were on a really different strategy than your competitors, maybe had some different tires, maybe you could make the pass them, but getting to the inside, you can get alongside somebody, but just clearing that person on the outside was not easy. So I tend to agree with you. I think the qualifying up front was definitely a big key here tonight. But got to ask you, first one into the pits, and we were trying to figure out, how far you guys could make it on fuel, if you could make it to the halfway point, and you come in a lap shy. And at that point, I didn't know how far you guys could make it. And I started worrying a little bit, but was that always going to be the strategy, just to come in and make sure you didn't get short pitted by anybody?
That was once I got out to the lead, and I really managed the lead the whole race. I really did. I was just saving tires in case those guys did make a run at some point. So just managing the gap, and I did not want Tommy beat me at Rockingham by pitting a lap early. I think Andrew got in front of me, and I was not going to let it happen tonight.
Well, you certainly didn't. You didn't let anybody catch up to you here tonight. I mean, and really get anywhere close, but you get it done here tonight. You grab your third win on the season, and I mean, really, your consistency. You don't even need wins at this point. I mean, you're just your gap in the field, and you get another big gap in the points here tonight with the finish here. But I mean, looking at the last 6 races on the season, I know you're not just going to lay over. I know you're going to try and go for some more good finishes, maybe some more wins. Are there any races in the last 6 here that you kind of got circled that you really want to try and grab win number 4?
Actually, off the top of my head, I can't even remember what the last. I got one circled that I'm worried about. The rest of them I feel pretty comfortable with. It's Myrtle Beach, that second to last race. Actually, I think we go to Dover, right?
Yep.
I'm really excited to go to Dover. And
Richmond, Nashville, Dover, Myrtle, and then Atlanta.
Yeah, I think all pretty good. Unfortunately, I'm going to miss the Nashville race. I already know that I'm going to be out of town, so we'll see how all that plays out. But looking forward to Dover. We'll see how Myrtle goes, if we can come out of that with a halfway decent finish. Great run tonight, just and to be able to take advantage of some mistakes. I believe Tommy made a mistake or 2 out there tonight, and that guy just does not make those. And I think Justin ran back there in the back, started shotgun on the field, and that made it pretty tough for him too. So.
Well, if this is any inkling on what's going to come 2 weeks from now at Richmond, I mean, Richmond, a somewhat similar track, maybe not as wide, and definitely not one that you're going to be running the high line, at least I don't think, at Richmond, but I mean, it's a very similar track, so could potentially see you back here in Victory Lane in 2 weeks, but we got Kentucky before that. But before any of that, we'll let you give some time to give any shout outs or thanks, other than the beautiful thanks you already gave to that 21 team or 22 team.
Yeah. First of all, I missed one back at the Talladega win, and I need to say, give a shout out to Rogue Energy. Actually, those guys sent me a packet of their dry mix, so that was great. Big thank you to Rogue Energy for sponsoring that race, sending that stuff to me, and sponsoring the series. And I think the couple times I've been on here, I've also missed Max Graphics. So thanks for those guys. Thanks for this core group that come out here and run every night, and unbelievable to put on the green flag racing that we do. That's a testament to these 13, 14, 15 guys that come out here and run. So thank you to all them, and of course thank you guys for putting on the show, and hopefully you guys had something to talk about back here for that battle for second.
I mean, you didn't get much camera time, so that's on you. Nope. We're going to blame you for that. But yeah, there was some good racing. Other than you, there was some good racing out there tonight. So congrats again on the win. We'll let you go celebrate, and we'll see you possibly next week at Kentucky.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good evening.
That is your winner here tonight, the 22 of JP Phillips. Again, pretty easy win. Qualifying results up there now. That was definitely not close in the race. It was definitely not .012 in the race. It was 5.3. There you go. That's more like it right there. So JP Phillips getting it done here tonight. But, I mean, yeah, it's just a class. And really, tonight's win was kind of indicative of how he's been in the points all season. I mean, just you can't really get close enough to him to make any kind of dent in that standings.
Yeah, we talked about it early, obviously during the race there, and JP has just been on a run of just consistency. If he's not winning, he's in the top 3, 4, 5. So it's really hard to progress on somebody when you can only gain one spot, and you're gonna have to do it consistently, be in front of them. And if you can't run as consistent as probably the most consistent driver this season, I'd say other than Tommy, but Tommy's, like I said, he's missed that race and or he's had a bad race, just like tonight, finishing in 11th. So not going to help Tommy's run for a championship here tonight. Obviously, with a P11 finish, doesn't take away anything. Us watching Tommy and his runs to the front, his wins for the season, but tonight, the making of a champion for the season, I think, Carl, and it's going to be the number 22, JP Phillips, in that spider wire machine. And like I said, just a shout out to everybody that comes out here. Like he said, it's a core group of guys, and right now we're about 13 to 15 drivers. We heard Jake Lesh wasn't out there. Maybe he should have stole some of JP Phillips' spider wire. So hopefully he had a good fishing trip. But JP Phillips will be the winner here tonight over Andrew Ratcliffe, Grady Gherkin, Trevor Hunt, Brent Kirby, Justin Kirby, Peter Przuchek, Jeff Byers, Scott Bolster, Jeff Ryan, Tommy Ryan, Tim Glass, and Matthew Simmons. Obviously, we were sponsored tonight by Max Graphics and the iRacers Lounge for the post-race interviews. So congratulations to JP Phillips. Looking forward to next week.
Again, Kentucky on the docket next week, as we will see what these drivers have for JP Phillips in the standings, let alone to beat him out there. And I'm sure guys like Tommy Ryan and Andrew Ratcliffe, Grady Gherkin are all going to be gunning to try and take him down and grab another victory on the season. But great run here by the boys here at the UCRL and the Man Cave After Dark Xfinity Series. Thank you to Max Graphics and Rogue Energy for their help and their sponsorship here in the series and everything that they do. Obviously, thank you to Scott Bolster for putting this league on for these boys and for bringing us on board. It's been a fun ride so far, but we got 6 more races left in this season until we officially crown a champion. But JP Phillips certainly taking a step closer to that top step on the podium for that one. But for myself here and Jimmy at Iowa, we'll see you at the track.
Peace.